Okay, so red dots in the north. Hmm. They managed to avoid me. Okay, let's look at the replay. Ah, they came around that side too. Okay, there's a lot of them up top there, and I'm pretty sure they got through. I'm gonna have trouble with those again. Fucking hell. Okay. I wish I was better at this game. I wish I was better at this game. Okay, let's have a look at the suppression. I'm sure some units are suppressed. Okay, once I'll zoom in. Yeah. Okay. What am I gonna do here? He's mortaring that ridge pretty heavily, so I'm gonna have to think of something else to move forward here, because sitting here is not gonna get me anywhere. Um. Hmm. See, now I'm gonna have to send units back to try and find those. Um. What a waste. I wish we could make smaller maps, to be honest, because I'm finding these maps are just a little bit uncomfortably large for my experience level. There's just too many. I can't. There's no way to cover the entire map with what you have. And if your opponent has units that can easily get past you, that have the speed to get past you, then it becomes a problem. And at 1,000 points, I don't know what I could do. I mean, I could just buy units to counter cavalry, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, well, this is part of my problem. Is I don't know. I really don't have any good ideas of how some of the things that my opponent is doing. I have no idea what's the best practice for countering them. I mean, at 1,000 points, right? Um, there's just not enough units to really protect the whole map. So some places in the line are going to be thin. I mean, on a map this size, this is actually the smallest map you can generate, but it still seems awful large for 1,000 points. Actually, maybe it should start looking at smaller maps. I don't know that. I don't know if that'll help me. So far, I haven't gotten to the units that were actually fired upon yet. Hmm. Okay, so he's not suppressed. He's not suppressed. How that possible? Not to mention, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to look at the replay again. Then, pretty sure these guys got attacked. Okay. Let's use the button instead. It avoids possible multiple key reads. And wasting rally points. Now, yeah. Could have sworn these guys got attacked. There's smoke here. Okay, if the cavalry got beaten off by, if the cavalry couldn't do much with against 4-man scouts. That's kind of odd. Yeah, let's just continue. Still not seeing anybody here, which is unusual. Expected more things to be in sight at that point. And we've lost sight of the enemies on moving along the road. The thing is, the terrain here has enough elevation changes that it's actually pretty easy to hide units, and also have your units wander into a trap if they happen to be moving along in what you think is a place where they can't be seen. Okay. Well, so far this game's seen more action in the early turns than I've and in any of them before. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, but it certainly is interesting. We've seen 2. You can see 2 enemies. Where? Are you kidding me? You can see them? Really? They're in height 15, he's in height 15. Really? Wow. Okay. Did not expect that. And we can see one of them as well. Okay, so they must be able to see them as well, I think. Okay, let's just continue this part. And curiously enough, the sniper can't see anybody, even though he's right there. Now I don't know if these are the same ones, right? And that were over here. I'm definitely have to look at the replay again. Maybe a bit zoomed out. Maybe I'll be able to see some movement. Okay. Gonna have to look around with those guys. And those ones, I don't know if they'll be able to see anything. But we'll try. Okay. Some curiosities here. Yeah, they could see them as well. I just missed it. Yep. And I'm guessing this one can see them as well. Yeah. Okay. not them. Okay, now let's just look at the replay again. Actually, just look at the log first. Firing a cavalry at 1 hex. We actually, wow, okay. My scout actually caused a casualty to the. Holy crap, that's weird. The cavalry, no, they might have been moving really fast. Because the thing is, speed doesn't. Because the cavalry and are infantry units, and for infantry, speed is bad. So if you, so here's the thing. I mean, you have infantry units that have very good speed, like the motorcycle units. I mean, the motorcycle units are wheeled infantry, sort of. So kind of similar. I think, I mean, this is close enough to the cavalry, I think, in terms of speed. Well, actually, they're much faster, much faster. But I think cavalry are probably better over rough terrain because they're leg units. They don't the movement cost is the movement penalties are not as severe. So, but it's still infantry, right? And when infantry are moving very fast, if they take a hit, it's almost always fatal. Let's just look at that again so you get an idea of where this actually. I want to see if there's any, if I can observe any movement. Why did we not see that? Actually, I think that suppression. His suppression came from. Okay, that was weird. I have to look at that again. Back. Still over there. Okay, so what it looks like, they pulled back, but they were still visible in that position in the replay, and they didn't move past them because I think they would have seen them. Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to move past them. And I think this is a different group. This is the group that was up here. I don't know what made him. Yeah, well, it's too obvious, right? And I think this one got hit with. This, the only damage he took was from his own mortar, because he was moving again. He was moving very fast. At that point he'd moved 3 hexes, and that's enough for friendly fire to be not very friendly. So they probably still here. See, they're only moving 12. So that suggests that's these ones that were over here. They decided to detour just because. Now, you might have seen me there. I don't know. You might have had another unit someplace else that's actually saw me. Or maybe he ran into them first. That's probably it. And then that made him suspicious about moving through on top of that. Just guessing. Because, I mean, he obviously decided not to move across there. On the other hand, that's probably a mistake I would have made. So, yeah. Okay, so... well, I think we can guess we still have cavalry in this around here. They may have moved back, but I doubt it. There's really no need for them to do that. If they'd moved forward, they would have actually seen. Because they didn't see the other one, right? This was the only one that got it. That actually they ran into here. I don't know if they saw that one. They may have, but in any event, if they'd moved past him that way, I think he would have seen them. And also, we have some other eyes over here. I look around with him. Can't see anybody there. I'm trying to figure out who saw them up here. Yeah, replay is weird, right? The replay is weird. It's showing you information that it's kind of hard to figure out how you saw that. It may have been from here. I don't think so, though. No, would be in this position. Nope. Nope. I don't know. I don't know how we were able to see that. Okay, so plans. Now the hard part. What to do? No, I think it's still a good idea to keep moving him back. Just to get onto the into a position where I can see a little bit more here. I think that will work. Height 20. Okay, so problem here is they really can't move anywhere. They really can't. Because I'm pretty sure they're just waiting for me. Oh well, I shouldn't say I'm pretty sure, but I think that would be a possibility. I mean, the cavalry. There's no point in them waiting around. They might as well just use their speed to try and move around. So they may be moving up this way. Yeah. So actually, I think the best thing is to move this first. Because right now I can't see anything past that. Let's check again. Okay, I can see onto the top of that, but if they moved through there, I wouldn't know it. Because the replay doesn't show you movement. It only shows you in positions. Unless, you know, unless it's in full view. Like if an enemy unit moves through here, and say in these X's, then this unit would see that. We'd actually see that in the replay because it's obvious movement. But when you're not actually seeing the entire movement, you don't get to see it, right? You don't get to see that one movement in that hex. So actually, I don't even think it will show you that. Yeah, right. I don't think it even will show you the movement because there's no point. I mean, you only need to know the end, the where the unit is now. Okay, so I think this is going to be the first thing to do. Is try to get him onto the high ground here. But which way to go? That's 3 points, and then the trees will be. Yeah, so that's probably the slowest way to go. Next there, and then up the slope. That's still 3 hexes of movement, though. There and there, and up there. Anything's changed. No. Okay, zooming out. Don't think you can see anything more from there yet. Nope, he's gonna have to move up onto the ridge, even though that means 3x's movement. I need to know that if he can see anything this turn. Well, nothing just showed up, so let's look around. No, he can't really see much. Can't really see much. Actually, you can see those X's there. No, can't see much. Okay, but that's it's still useful position. I think so. I don't think I've lost anything there by doing that. Unfortunately, we have trees here, which doesn't help his cause. Yeah, because the trees are on the slope, so that's always a problem. Yeah, so that's the only problem with that position. You can't actually see past that point. It might not matter. I don't know. Yeah, because the thing of it is, I mean, units can move up fast enough. Well, like I said, oh well, he'd see them, but actually he might not. If they're fast enough, actually they would not be able to get out of his line of sight. And this unit was there too, so they wouldn't have been able to get out of his line of sight to get to there. They were there, and one of them had taken a hit, so their movement would have been slowed anyway. Yeah, so I'm guessing he pulled back there. But I don't know how far. So, I think I'm gonna leave them there for now, and move the infantry up. I do need to cancel the artillery later. Actually, I think it's cancelled already. Yeah. Okay. And So where could these? There was infantry moving up here. Where could they have gone? They were on high ground. They more likely moved up this way. Let's have a look around here. Because you could see them before. Yeah. Okay, well, we can't actually see past I-20, 15. Okay, may need to send something else that way. What can he see? No. What about this one's up here? Nope. No help there. No, so I can't see past this side. That is not good. Oops. So height, this is height 20. Yeah, they could have moved this way. Okay. Do I move him further out, try and get side 10? Little height 0 trees. Yeah, let's move him out a little bit. Don't know if this will help. Probably won't. Probably won't. Don't think he's far enough out. Okay, the smoke is clearing. Still can't see into this depression, so yeah, we don't. The smoke is blocking too much here, I think. Is it the smoke? Yeah, I'm guessing this. We can't see this area because of the smoke. So until the smoke clears a bit more, that's as much information we can get from him. He can actually see. A little bit to this area, but still, unless they stop in there, and they're moving very fast, we're not going to see them. Yeah, so, I mean, back to the top here, it's entirely possible that a cavalry unit moved up here, and we lost sight of it. I think they're fast enough. So once they get into, if they move along on clear terrain, then they get movement up. They get 6 hexes, because I think their speed is 13. Yeah, if they're moving along mixed terrain, then they get 6 hexes. But that's still not enough, unless they would have to start here. And there's trees in the way, and there's a slope here, so we didn't see them at the beginning of last turn. So they went in this area. Yeah. Because I mean, I moved very fast into these trees. Usually has ranges for infantry set to about 3, which is what I've adopted as well, and that they would have opportunity fired because they were moving very fast, right? There's no way the cavalry would not have seen them, and so the only reason they would not have fired is if the ranges were set very low. So, and the fact that he wandered into my position there suggests that he didn't see me. I mean, that's not a thing that you would expect if he knew I was there. So I'm guessing he didn't. They must have been further back, so they couldn't have made. There's no way. I'm gonna say there's no way they could have moved up without my being able to see them they would have ended up in a position somewhere along here, right? Somewhere in the open here. Unless they, somehow turned invisible. And there's enough places that they could be. I mean, yeah. So we'd actually have to move over. So that might be something to consider. Because he can't see into that area, because trees. Yay. Oh, trees. Yeah. Okay, so if I want to be able to see into that area, I need to put somebody over here. Will that work? And there's a depression here which actually would hide. It's quite well. No, but not from him. We're on the slope. Okay, he moves there. Don't know. Can't tell if that'd be a good idea or not. Unless they're moving very fast, we may not be able to see them there anyway. There's nobody there. We don't know if there's anybody there. Last seen the cavalry were here. We can't see past that. Problem is, these units I'm looking with are very far away, so chances of them actually spotting something are not very high. If there was somebody on here, they'd have to be moving very fast. Now, the cavalry seem to be doing that all the time, so yeah, we'd probably spot them, I think. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to risk it. Nope. Fuck it. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay, well. At times like this, this is how dumb I am, right? I walked into a trap. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do to help him. So the other one's probably around here, and there's not even any point in looking around, because he won't rally now. I could try moving him closer. I mean, he's dead. There's no way he's escaping that. Do these guys see that? Yeah, that was stupid. That was really dumb. Oh well. Live on TV, you can watch them die. Okay, well, nothing I can do. Nothing more I can do there. Mistakes been made. Move on. And I take the first casualties. Didn't I say that would happen? Unfortunately, you can't really see shit from that position. I find advancing through trees to be very, very nerve-wracking. Uh, okay, well, I'll leave it like that. Down here. Actually, another possibility for the infantry that we've lost sight of in this area is that they just stopped. They moved. They just stopped moving. Um, okay. You can actually see up there, which is kind of surprising. You can actually see there. Hmm. we can see, that's a pretty large area we can see above on the height 10. And over here as well. Well, you wouldn't be able to use that area because he's in line of sight from this side. I would see him right away. Nobody see that one. Yeah, so there's nobody up there. Okay, there's so it's height 10. Height 10, and then there's a gully in here. Height 5. So we can't see what past that. Lots of places to hide on this map. Problem is, if there's somebody sitting still here, they would not be spotted so easily. So, you have to get within. You have to get very close. So the question is, do I leave him there? Now, I'm fairly certain there's units in here. I'm fairly certain there's a lot of units in there. I don't know how to... Um, like, these units are not good. I mean, they're recon units, but they're not good recon. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way for them to easily move into that area. Well, if I move back, then I won't not in line of sight of that area. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. No, he can't stay there. Okay, so I think that should be alright. Oh, the obvious option is just to move a unit up onto the ridge and see what happens, but I think there'll be opportunity fire immediately. So what I might, maybe what I'll do is nah, that's a waste of ammo. And they're not very strong units, right? I mean, the LMGs, so they're better off being in the back. So next time I actually will consider getting both a rifle and a LMG motorcycle so they can work together. I'm not sure if the rifle one is bigger though, because it's a 10-man squad, whereas these only 3-man squads. So, but I think they're the same size, because it's the size that makes the difference. So anything more than 4 men in a squad is size 1. So snipers and 2-man squads and 4-man squads are size 0. And it's just that number. It's just the number that makes the difference as to how difficult they are to spot. It's not actually the number of men. Although I guess with some of the large Soviet squads, they may actually be bigger than size 1. I don't think so though, because that gets into vehicle range. I don't see I have a choice. He's been hitting this area quite heavily. So, I'm actually thinking of leaving them there to support the, to be eyes for the tanks, in case he rolls anything forward over there. And I'm thinking maybe the infantry will move this way. From what I can tell, there's nobody on the ridge. And from here, I can once the smoke starts to clear a little bit, I'll be able to tell if there's anybody behind here. I doubt it, because that's too obvious. And then move the infantry up here. I don't know. I think I've moved all my recon, including dead ones. Probably cannot. In fact, I know he can't see past those trees because the height difference isn't enough. Well, the best we can do. This way. Okay, so put one there. One there. And then move him up to this position. Yeah. Always, I'm not sure if he'll be seen because that's height 15. These trees are at height 10. Can they see over that? No, I'm guessing they can't. Because it really depends on how far away the trees are. If the trees are... I don't know. But I can't see where else to go. I mean, I can put him here. But then he's got to move up this way. But they're obviously moving down through here. Trying to get to the open ground. And they're moving very fast. That's not good enough. That really is not good enough. Because the problem is one of them will move in, and then the other one will move probably around to here. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna actually put him up. Yeah, but he might be seen. You will be seen. Yeah, there's a good chance he'll be seen. Or a small chance. A good chance? I don't know if it's a good chance or a small chance, but there's a chance he'll be seen. Because there's no trees between him there and there. Yeah, my dilemma is that he can hit that. Because his range is set to 3, so as soon as they move in, they'll fire at him. I think it may actually went until at 2. But then that's it. He's got nobody else around him, right? I'm thinking there, but then I'm not sure whether he can be seen. Line of sight's so difficult to figure out for me. Sometimes trying to figure it with some other unit. No, actually, I don't think he can be seen because usually when there's a tree there, there's one hex missing. Okay, since I don't know, I'm gonna leave it there. We're not spotting anything down there. We're actually gonna put him here. I don't know. Well, another possibility is actually move him there, and then move him there. I don't know, because I mean they could change direction, so really hard to predict anything here. That's fine. Put the mortar here. Actually, if I don't move him, I can use him maybe. And we'll move this one up this way. Let's put him in the trees. Let's see if anything useful can be accomplished with the mortar fire. Can actually hit that. Whether it'll do him any good? No. I mean, yeah, the problem is you probably won't be there. So anyway, something to consider when I set up artillery later. But I'd have to leave him there. He won't be able to move. And it's just it could be another possibility is to move this one there and there. Because it looks like they're moving across there. So yeah, well, to consider again later. Uh, So so far he's only hit this area here. Now, obviously moving units up onto the ridge is not a good idea, so I'm thinking probably putting one of these at risk. Or just wait for the smoke to clear, because that won't last forever. Let's have a look. That's why I'm thinking he probably, actually, I mean, he has line of sight into here, but if they're standing still, we wouldn't see them. You know, if they've been stationary for long enough, they will not be visible at all. So, but I have line of sight into that area. It's just like in the middle of it. So what's the best strategy here? Moving across there seems to be the most risk at the moment, because these been hitting that area with mortar fire for 3 turns in a row now. So I'm actually thinking moving the infantry to this side. And have them advance slowly across here. Because at the moment we know there's nothing up here. Well, nothing big. I mean, there could be infantry up here. Because the problem with spotting is that you have to be pretty close. So at most he's gonna see, because they are regular units. Their experience is 78. Which is just average. That's just average experience. So they're not special in any way. So 3 hexes. Probably maybe 4 under some conditions if the enemy unit is moving very fast. So if they're standing still, that's it. So it doesn't matter that I can see all of that. I have no idea if there's anything else up there. So I'm thinking, things as soon as I move up there, anything that's back here will be able to hit them, right? And that's true for anything that moves up here. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna keep moving the infantry up to at least this point. This may be a little bit further back. Yes, so far he hasn't fired behind it, which is odd because that's what you would expect him to do. Well, considering I want to keep the recon, I'm going to use these possibly to load them onto the tanks later, so I want to keep those available. What else do I have? I have the Kugelwagons, which are a little bit big. Yeah, well, these are size 0, right? So they're actually quite difficult to spot, even if they move, well, if they move 1 X at a time. But, you know, if there's an enemy unit right there, then it doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, I think I know there's no enemy right there. I think we have a pretty clear view there. No, I can't know that. That's annoying because you can't, just because you can see a hex doesn't mean you can see anybody in it. Because spotting is so difficult. Um, like unless it's a tank, like it has to be a unit that's bigger than size 2 or 3, maybe even. Actually, I think size 2 you'd probably see it there, but anything like an infantry squad you would not. So if there was a tank there, I would see it for sure. Any, so let's assume any vehicles that were parked on there, I would see, but which doesn't really help me, unfortunately. Okay, so since I don't know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move the infantry maybe closer to the ridge. Okay, I know what I'll do. Because we can. Let's move Kugelwagen this way. That's an odd-looking shadow there. I figure why it looks so weird. So this is gonna cost him a lot of movement. It's kind of tempting him to take shots at it, but I don't think that'll work. Like hell, that's gonna work. Let's get him down here. I don't know. infantry anti-tank. I don't know where the tanks are, so I'm actually gonna just park them in the woods here for the moment. Actually, I'm gonna keep moving them down because I think this infantry is gonna probably move up. So, yeah, just keep moving things forward. I think that's probably all I can do. Don't really want to leave these in the same position because they've been seen. So, um, okay, I think that's most of it. We'll slowly move him up to the end of the hill here, and see what happens. He has to move very, very slowly doing that. So one exit at a time. That's all I can do. Okay, I moved all my infantry. The tanks will stay there. I think there's no reason to suspect he knows exactly where they are. They can't be seen from anywhere. Thanks to his smoke. So I think that's mostly what it is. I mean, there's probably height 20 areas back here that may allow line of sight into there. eventually when the smoke clears. So we gotta pay attention to that. Yeah, mostly right now it's smoke that's blocking line of sight there. Okay. Okay, I might have to set his range a little bit longer. Trying to decide whether I want to move him. Because he's dead. There's nothing I can do for him. He is pinned. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna get. I'm gonna have to deal with cavalry again. Two battles in a row. That's kind of excessive, I think. Cavalry behind my lines again. I don't know what to do about it. Like, I don't know how to prevent it. The map is just too damn big, right? I don't know how to defend against that. Okay, artillery, I guess. Okay, let's see what his artillery looks like. Wow, we got so little ammo here. I think that's it for mortar fire. If I knew, yeah, yeah, we did not get issued a lot of ammo for this operation, except for this one. He's got almost a full load, 48, just too short. The other ones are just at like 2/3. Okay, let's set ranges, I think, and we're done. Zero unit. Oh, do I need to move him? Do I need to move him back? No, I'll just leave him there. Let's see. Zero. One, two, three. One, two, three. they come through there, we're good. If they decide to turn down this direction, not so good. Main problem is, I mean, I'm more concerned about this cavalry here right now because I don't know how I'm gonna keep track of where they go because they're gonna get through here. There's no question about it. There's just not enough units up there to prevent it. Okay, ranges are set for him. These are set to 3. Yeah, he's out in the open. That's not good for him. Right? Yeah, 3 hexes. 1. Those are good. Yeah, used up all these rally points. Okay. Desperate times. Let's see if the let's see if it'll fire back with that. Only got one of them, so that's gonna use. But it might keep him alive long enough. I doubt it though, because there's another one here, so it'll probably move up. Well, that's why I put mortar fire here, in case the other one moves up and to finish him off. So just in case things go sideways for him, gonna enable everything and set range to 1. If they come really close, don't know why they would do that. They're in a perfect position here. There's really no reason for them to move up that way. Can he hit anything on the hill? Yes, he can. And he can. Okay. Oops. Eek. I screwed up. I was here. Yeah. Checking ranges. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. Okay, those are still set okay. 0, 0, 0, 0. And not much chance of anything useful coming from that. range is set to 24. Let's shorten that down to 10. Everything comes across the hill, that's gonna be doesn't need long range. Range 4 hexes. Why is his range set to 4? Actually, I'm gonna set it to 3, and I'm actually gonna enable everything. Simply because they're out on their own here, and there's no help coming if they get messed about with. Okay, wow, range of 3. I have not been paying attention to the ranges at all. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, let's enable those ones though. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because if anything comes across here, it's going to be short range, so might as well have the grenades ready as well. Range 6. Range 6. Well, let's see if something pops up. Take some shots at the Kubelwagen. Can't leave them in one place for too long, because if he knows where they are, they can be taken out with mortar fire quite easily. So it's a bit of an easy kill. And I've taken losses already. I predicted that. Some things are just too easy to predict. Is there anything else I want to look at? No, I think I'm done. All I can do is move up slowly with them. There's nothing else I can do. And this area is turning into a mess again. I hope it doesn't turn into a repeat of Lost Battle, where I get all confused and then I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't know what I'm doing anyway, but if I'm confused and I don't know what I'm doing, oh, that's terrible. Yeah. Wondering if I should set the ranges for the snipers a little bit better. Yeah, because they're not scouting now. But I don't know what the optimum range. Let's set it to 10. And the other sniper, no, he should not be doing anything, I think. But this situation is a bit messy. Actually, I should just... Okay, let's do that. I'm done. Yep. Turn. Actually, let's zoom in. Turn. Okay, so I definitely think we want to stay away from that ridge.